All right, now let's talk the numbers. As my director tells me, we head to the crypto market and see how that is doing at this time or about this time. The numbers we have there were taken just about 30 minutes ago. So we have Bitcoin in the news, in the green, and a lot of talks about Bitcoin that may not be so good. So we see it's up marginally 0.07%, but we do see that it's more greens right here. Ethereum is also marginally up at $2,211.48. Doge, XRP, more greens, a little bit of recovery we see there, but Bitcoin, we've seen it do better than this. Let's see the other slides and see what's happening there. It's neutral, neither here nor there. I wonder which way to head to this weekend. We just have to wait and see. Let's see the prices just before we get Solomon Amunde to tell us about this news that I'm hearing about Bitcoin. So there you have Bitcoin already. You have Ethereum. BNB also gained. Cardano 0.11, XRP 0.21. I believe we have Solomon. Hi, Solomon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Amy.
Yeah, Solomon, I heard that Bitcoin is going to go below 20,000. How true is that?
Well, those are still speculations. So far, so good. There's nothing backing that speculation up. The most we're expecting towards the downside is around $25,000. And that's majorly because that was the price where the whole ETF hype started last year. So if there should be any correction after this whole euphoria of ETF, we should be seeing Bitcoin correct back to around $25,000, which is where we have the strongest so far.
So when do you think is this the period for the correction? Because it's been doing 39, 40 for, I think, for about a week now.
I don't see the correction happening January or February. I'm expecting it to happen towards the end of the first quarter and into the beginning of the second quarter of this year. So that's when I'm expecting a correction. And we should see a huge fall to about 30K. And if we're able to hold $30,000, then obviously we'll be going to $25,000.
And then we had such great expectations for Bitcoin in this year, but I guess it's still early yet because this is the year for halving and all of that. But do you see this period, this pullback period, as a good time for maybe some investors to get on board?
Yeah, for investors that want to get Bitcoin, they need to have a little bit of patience. This year is going to be a fantastic and amazing year for Bitcoin. Looking at the upside, we should be able to tap into about $60,000, but that wouldn't be happening in the first half of this year. I'm looking at that happening towards the end of the second half of the year. So investors that want to purchase right now, they need a bit more patience and wait to see Bitcoin around between $25,000 and $32,000. That would be like a fair range where they can begin to DCA.
All right, investors who are interested, we have to be a bit patient to get in and patient to take profit. But there's this SEC pushing back on BlackRock Sports FI ETF. What's that about?
Yeah, so after the Bitcoin ETF was approved, we have some companies, Grayscale, BlackRock, and a few other companies pushing for the Ethereum ETF. And so far, so good. The SEC has some issues. There are a bit of gray areas that they have to sort out before they approve the Ethereum ETF. And they didn't give them the go-ahead after the last meeting. I think they'll be meeting again around May, June this year. Now, that would also bring in some hype into the market, looking into second half of the year, talking about speculations of the Ethereum ETF. So we should also see some good price movement from Ethereum towards second half of the year.
All right. So what do we expect this weekend? We're still in the neutral mood until Monday.
Yeah, obviously, Bitcoin is still holding at $38,000. Right now, we're slightly above $40,000. That 8K support has been very solid, and all we need to do is hold. I don't see it breaking below 38K this weekend, and even this month. I believe that support would hold till next month. So I would say this month, traders should be looking at altcoins that have good price action, and they can make some good gains, 10, 20, 30% over the weekend.
All right, well, it's time for investors to consult their consultants, their market advisors for that alt.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Solomon, for your perspective this afternoon. Have a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Ini.